Hi Vapers, thanks for joining me. Hi Vapers, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be having a look at the Aspire Atlantis version 1 and 2 and the Aspire CF Sub Ohm and CF mods. Right, so the Atlantis Sub Ohm tank is the latest tank from Aspire. Oh, sorry, the version 2 is the latest tank from Aspire. It's a Sub Ohm tank. It takes a coil of 0.5 ohms, or the version 2 has a 0.3 ohm coil. And the CF mod and CF Sub Ohm, CF standing for carbon fibre, is the mod that Aspire brought out to partner the Atlantis tank. So before we go any further and get into the nitty gritty, let's have a little look and have a close up of them and the unboxing, so you have an idea of what I am talking about. The version 2 performs a little bit like this. Thick, creamy, lovely. We'll do the tank first, so rather than unboxing both of them, I'll just unbox the Atlantis version 1. And the Atlantis version 2 comes in exactly the same box. The only difference is the Atlantis has a 0.3 ohm coil pre-installed, whereas the version 1 has a 0.5 coil pre-installed. And there is version 2. Okay, I'll go over the differences in a little while, but let's unbox first. So it comes in this nice clamshell packaging. Okay, Atlantis Aspire. The scratch and check on there. Even though items may come with this scratch and check, don't take it that it is real, because I recently had, well, I've got 3 Kanga sub tanks. 2 of them have checked this number on and they're fine. The 3rd one, even though it has the scratch and check, when you scratch it off and put it on the website, it states that that very same number has been checked 2,000 and odd times previously, and you have a fake on your hands. So it may be worthwhile checking those if you've got any doubts at all. Okay, on here just a little bit about the Atlantis. It's raised the bar to new heights, next generation sub tank, blah blah blah. Kit contains, well, let's have a look at what the kit contains. So you open it up and you have the sub tank, very wide bore drip tip on there. Okay, it has the 1 slot for air. Okay, and that can be set at 1 hole, small hole, a larger hole, a medium sized letterbox type oval, and then the full size. Okay, that is the Atlantis version 1. Okay, the version 2 is slightly different. It has a much wider bore drip tip. Okay, it has air control on the drip tip. You see it there. That attaches after the air control. And the air control there, which the version 1 doesn't. Version 1 holds 2 millilitres of juice, version 2 holds 3 millilitres of juice, and version 2 has 2 air holes. You can have them both fully wide open like that, or you can have one medium letterbox and a hole, and it just has the 2 air options, either both fully open or one medium oval letterbox and a hole. Whereas this one, as I said, it has the full size opening, the medium letterbox opening, a large hole and a small hole. And those are the main differences in the tanks. It's slightly larger because it holds 3 ml of juice. It has airflow on the drip tip, whereas the number 1 doesn't. Okay, in here, I'll take that out, look, and you get a warning about letting it stand to let your cotton saturate, and a Facebook thing. You think that would be it, but oh no, what's under here? Under here you get a spare glass and a spare atomizer. On both of those, you get on both the tanks you get a 0.5 ohm coil underneath here, but on the version 2 it comes with a 0.3 ohm coil pre-installed. The version 1 comes with a 0.5 coil pre-installed, so they both have 2 coils. That's that. Okay, the CF mod and the CF Sub Ohm. Okay, again, I'll just open the one of them. I have the CF mod here. It comes in this lovely tube packaging. CF mod, Aspire. Open it up, and there we go. It has this lovely carbon fibre finish, and it says Aspire CF mod. The other one says Aspire Sub Ohm, sub and then the ohm sign. The main difference is the mod takes a replaceable battery. You have to put your own battery in here, but the Sub Ohm has a built-in battery, and it has variable voltage here on the bottom. You twist the bottom for variable voltage. Obviously on this one you twist the bottom and it comes off, and you have to insert battery here. The bottom is quite thin and cheap feeling, to be honest. It's not the greatest and most quality of bottoms. Venting all the way around there. Okay, and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks on. That's turned off. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off. Okay, a fully charged battery. It will glow blue like that when you fire. As it goes down to about 70%, that will change to yellow. And then when it gets down to 30% or less, that will begin to glow red, telling you to exchange the battery or charge the unit. The CF Sub Ohm charges with the old style Ego screw charger. I don't actually have one here, but I'm sure all you vapors, if you're confident enough to be using a Sub Ohm tank, then I'm sure you know what an Ego or spinner charger, the screw-on USB chargers are. The Sub Ohm charges with one of those. This isn't removable, but you could, I suppose if you wanted, fit a smaller clear miser type like this onto there, but it isn't adjustable voltage or wattage, so you're likely to fire your coil if you, because I do believe this is firing at about 30 to 35 watts. And yep, that's about the unboxing and the differences between the two. Let's jump back up top and see how they vape and give our thoughts on it. Well, the Atlantis by Aspire was the first Sub Ohm tank released to the masses, and since then every tank manufacturer have released a Sub Ohm tank. You know, it really changed the face of vaping, as Aspire did with the Nautilus. They released the Nautilus with the airflow control, then everybody else released air control tanks. They really do kind of lead the market in tank design, cartomizer or cladomizer design, and it was revolutionary when it was first released, which wasn't that long ago. It brought Sub Ohm and cloud chasing to the masses. You know, as you see. Clouds like that you just can't get off your air tank, your Genie tank, your Nautilus, things like that, and it was revolutionary when it was brought out. It's a very nice tank, lovely flavour, masses of vapour production, but I wouldn't recommend it to a new vapor, mainly because a new vapor is obviously trying to stop smoking and move on to vaping, and it doesn't really mimic smoking as much as an air tank or a Nautilus or a Genie tank would do, whereas that you suck it into your mouth with pressure, really, with negative pressure, and then inhale to your lungs. With a sub tank, much like an RDA, rebuildable, it's a direct lung inhaler, which isn't really mimicking smoking, and I don't think it'd be as good for somebody who was wanting to stop smoking. But for somebody who's been vaping a while and who've left cigarettes behind and they want to blow a few clouds, it's a very good tank, a very good tank. You know, let's just have a look. This is on the smallest hole. Even on the smallest hole, you're getting, you know, good vapor production. You're getting lovely flavour. If we flip her up to the largest, you know, flavour and vapor production that just, you know, wasn't possible with a normal above 1 ohm or meta ohm tank. But then they went and changed the game again and brought out the Atlantis version 2, which is a bigger tank, and it got rid of some of the gripes that people had with the version 1. Firstly, it holds 3 millilitres of juice rather than 2, because the way this drinks juice, you see the vapour production, it takes a lot of juice to produce that amount of vapour. It really does drink juice, so 2 mil was going quite quickly. 3 mil, well, it lasts half as much again, longer. The air that they've on the drip tip, the air control, really does cool down the vape if you're doing it at higher watts, because the Aspire version 2, they do recommend it at higher wattages than the version 1, and obviously more air. So if we have a look at the kind of vapour production we can expect from the version 2, this is on the smaller air hole setting. Look at that, much more vapour, a stronger flavour, and then you put it on the larger hole, larger of the two, with the 2 holes fully open. Thick, creamy, tasty, lovely, lovely. And there is something strangely satisfying about blowing a big cloud. It's very good, but it does drink an awful lot of juice to produce those kind of clouds. The mods that they brought out, the CF Sub Ohm and the CF mod, I actually prefer the CF mod because even though it doesn't have variable voltage, you can insert your own battery, so you know you're putting a high quality battery in there. If you put a Sony VTC 4 or 5 or a Samsung INR25 in there, you know you've got the highest quality battery in there, and when it runs out you can just pop another one in and carry on vaping. Whereas with the CF Sub Ohm, when it runs out you need to wait while it's charged, although it does have variable voltage on there. So it's what's best for you, whether you prefer to be able to vary the voltage and have the battery built in, so in effect you're getting a battery with it, or whether you prefer to be able to put your own battery in and just change it out as and when it expires. Both the CF mod and the CF Sub Ohm are on sale here in the UK at £30, £29.99. And so as I say, with the CF Sub Ohm you're getting a battery built in, so if you don't have your own batteries as yet, that may be the better option for you. If you have your own batteries and you prefer to switch them in and out rather than waiting for the unit to charge, then you may want to go for the CF mod. The tanks, the original Atlantis 1 is on sale at UK e-cig store for £24.99 at present, and the Atlantis 2 for £29.99. I would recommend paying the extra £5 for the version 2. It holds more juice, more vapor production, and it's version 2, it's an upgraded version. If you have one, the Atlantis 1, whether the changes are enough for you to invest in upgrading is totally your choice. Whether you want to upgrade, whether you can afford to upgrade and you think the changes are enough. But if you don't have either and you're investing, I would say buy version 2, and you're going to get vapor production like this. And I'm no master cloud blower, you know, and even a measly cloud blower like me can get production like that. They do recommend higher wattages for the Atlantis 2. So the CF mod was designed with the Atlantis version 1 originally in mind, and I believe it fires about 30 to 35 watts, and they do recommend actually higher wattages. So if you put the Atlantis version 2 on something with a little more kick, let's have a look at this. We'll put this up to the full 50, why not? We'll open both air holes. I'll open the drip tip air hole just a smidge, just to let a bit of air and just cool it down a touch. Thick, creamy, massive vapor production, and I'm sure it could take higher than that, but this only goes up to 50 watts, so then I'm sure it could do 60, even 70. It's yeah, for blowing clouds, for really getting the flavour of your juice, it's a nice tank, I wouldn't recommend it as your all day vape because 1, you will go through juice like nobody's business, and 2, it's not really mimicking smoking in, for example, this, where you inhale it to your mouth, then your lungs, like you would with a cigarette. This, you inhale it directly into your lungs and you blow out clouds like that. You couldn't see it work blowing clouds out like that. But to sit at home on an evening watching a film, to really get the flavour out of your juice, yeah, it's a very good tank, and I'd give it a thumbs up. Lovely, lovely. Well, that was just a quick look at the Aspire Atlantis version 1 and 2 and the Aspire CF Modern Sub Ohm. Thanks for watching. I've got plenty of reviews coming up in the future, so if you wouldn't mind clicking the subscribe button, it would be appreciated. It's totally free. We're reviewing a beautiful juice that I picked up at Vape Jam that mimics the flavour of Snickers 100%. Unbelievable how close to Snickers it tastes. And the Milkman, in a beautiful milk carton, we'll be reviewing that in the next couple of days. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. This has been Future Vapers. Thanks for watching, guys.